Manchester United currently do not have a profile who can win the ball in midfield, who can progressively carry, who can move the ball forward under pressure, and can win his duels. The good news for Manchester United, though, there is a midfielder on the market whose name is Elliot Anderson, who does all of those things. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why he's not just a good fit for this system. I'm going to tell you why he might actually be the perfect one. Can you tell it's international break? Our third midfielder analysis video in the span of just a few days. Making the Bruno Guimaraes and the Sandro Tonali video, they were exciting. I think that those are two profiles that Manchester United can really need. If you haven't seen those videos, make sure you go and watch them. But today, there was some rumblings from Samuel Luckhurst, essentially saying that Manchester United are going to really go after Elliot Anderson in the summer. And when I read this, I got extremely excited. I think when you look at the overall profile of what Manchester United need the most in midfield, Bruno Guimaraes and Sandro Tonali, they really fit. But Elliot Anderson is as close to what Manchester United need as possible. The reason I didn't make a video on Elliot Anderson to begin with is because the reports recently have been that apparently it is essentially wrapped up that he's going to Manchester City. Now, with the potential of Pep maybe leaving in the summer, I'm not sure if that's something that could change Elliot Anderson's mind, but this would be a statement signing. This is one of the best midfielders in the Prem. He is still so young. Manchester United fans would have every reason to be extremely exciting of a midfield pairing of a Kobe Mainoo and an Elliot Anderson for years to come. But let's see just what makes Elliot Anderson so special. So yeah, if you can't tell, I am a massive fan of this player. And I mean, again, how can you not? Progressive carries, check. Progressive passes, check. Strong in the duels, check. I mean, he fits every box of what you really want in a midfielder in the Premier League. So let's take a little look at what exactly Elliot Anderson has in his toolbox. So in this game here, we know that this was the City game and this was an incredible goal. Obviously, the finish is top and we're going to get to it, but it's kind of like I spoke about in my Miles Lewis Skelly video. It's the moments before the goal that are so important. So it's most important to note here is the way Elliot Anderson's hips are facing. Everybody who's watching this game is expecting this ball to go out wide. Everybody watching this game, Phil Foden is expecting this ball to go out wide. Mateus Nunes is expecting this ball to go out wide as well. But because of how good Elliot Anderson is, because he can disguise passes so well, he actually sees Hudson-Odoi in this pocket here. So instead of going wide, he wants to play this pass because he sees that Mateus Nunes is kind of already starting to cheat and peel off to go and press the wide player. And Phil Foden is not doing a good job at all of screening this pass into Callum Hudson-Odoi. So Elliot Anderson says, you know what, I can play this ball in behind. But what I love about this player and what I love about this moment in the game is that Elliot Anderson doesn't just play this pass and let his forwards do the rest of the work. Elliot Anderson plays this pass, and as soon as he plays this pass, he is going to attack this space because he wants the ball back. He wants to make a difference. And look, he has completely left Foden behind. Cherki does not have any chance. Look at the amount of players around him, but Elliot Anderson has the quality from this range to bend it around Donnarumma. It was an incredible goal, but it's the little details before the goal that matter so much. Of course, people say, you'll see the finish, and it's a top finish, but the little details, this goal doesn't happen with those little details. They're so important, and Elliot Anderson excels in the little details. Another thing I'm looking for in a Manchester United midfielder, regardless of who it is that comes in this summer, and it has to be more than just one player, but we've spoken about it with the Bruno Guimaraes video more than anything, is the ability to progress the ball from deep. A lot of times United play it a little bit too safe in midfield. I feel like a lot of times Bruno Fernandes is the only midfielder who really wants to take those risks. And a lot of times that happens only in the final third because he's playing right now as a second striker, playing in that 10 role. I feel like Kobe Mainoo and Casemiro, maybe they don't have the ability to play consistently those long passes over the top in those transition moments when United need it, when they have runners like Mbumo and Sesko running in behind. But Elliot Anderson very much fixes this problem. Elliot Anderson has the ability to play a pass, as you can see, in his own half, long over the top, and just like that, Callum Hudson-Odoi has a free run at goal. From in his own half, here, plays that ball to Callum Hudson-Odoi. It's so important to have a midfielder who can take 3-4 players out of the game with just one pass. And if you watch a lot of Manchester United, you've seen this pattern of build-up before. You've seen the center half go to Diogo Dalot, whoever's playing on the right side. And then you've seen Dalot play a little bounce pass into typically Casemiro. And then what Casemiro is really good at is getting his hips around the ball here and just essentially whipping it to the front three, getting his right foot across his hips, putting it into this channel here. And I mean, again, it's a crazy pass. It's an incredible pass. It's a pass that, again, takes out 2, 3, 4 players with just one pass. And we've seen this a lot in build-up. We saw it under Amorim. We've seen it under Carrick. To have a player who's not only technically able to get that pass off, but also the physical aspect of the game to be able to consistently run into this little pocket to play that pass. It's extremely important. Same thing here. He's dropped in to receive from his center half. Again, I just want you to take a look at the hips. I want you to take a look at the body shape of Elliot Anderson. He's completely locked on to what his center half is doing, swings his right foot around his hip, plays the ball into the channel, and off for a star once again. And look at this pass from Elliot Anderson in his own half, so tightly marked. This ball goes all the way through from right here, completely untouched, into a striker, and they score. To have the ability to not only be able to combine in tight spaces, but to play that final pass when it's necessary, not always needing to be in the final third to play that ball in behind, to play that ball through the lines. Elliot Anderson gives you that. And yes, whoever Manchester United signed this summer has to be capable defensively. It is all good when you can play those balls over the top like Elliot Anderson can. It's all good when he can progressively carry the way he can, especially if Kobe's going to be a mainstay in the team next season, is you need a ball winner. You need someone who's good in the duels. You need someone who knows how to read the game defensively, especially in my opinion in those transition moments, because there are too many times this season, I feel like even more so now that we've moved to the 4-3-3 or the 4-2-3-1, where Casemiro and Kobe are kind of getting run all over. We've seen it a few times now. And for me, this is one of the biggest attributes and pluses when it comes to the potential of signing an Elliot Anderson. So what I love here, and this is so intelligent, is look at the distance Elliot Anderson is from the ball carrier. He knows if he steps in too early that A, the ball carrier can probably either run either side of him, or B, there's an easy pass into all of this space and Anderson's been completely taken out of the game. You can't see it here in this clip, but there's also a player behind Anderson, and Anderson knows this. So what does he do? Does he jump? No. Does he play off of the man carrying the ball? Also, no. What he does is he delays. He reads the game so well. He essentially asks the question of the ball carrier, what are you going to do? You make the first move. He waits and waits and waits. The ball carrier tries to play a ball in behind. Elliot Anderson reads it extremely well for us go the other way in possession. So good from Elliot Anderson. And the truth is, this guy is just a little bit of a bull. He's so strong in the duel. And here again, such smart defending. He's only showing the opposition the touchline. And he knows with his mobility, he knows how well he gets around the pitch. He knows with his strengths in the duels, he's going to back himself to win possession back. That's exactly what he does. He steps in. But what I love about Elliot Anderson, is it's not only his comfort in winning the duels, it's his comfort in completely shimmying from right to left, switching it from his right foot to his left foot to evade the pressure, and just like that, Forrester out. This is a ceiling raiser. So this is what it could look like for Manchester United if they do go and sign an Elliot Anderson. And again, this player offers a lot of flexibility. This player offers a lot of mobility as well. Like I said, there's been too many times where when United are pressing with the 4-2-4 shape that they press with, you have the two strikers locking onto the center halves. Sometimes it can end up being a 3v2 in midfield. We've seen it quite a lot. United got ran all over against Newcastle at St. James's Park with the two of Kobe and Cass. But the thing about having an Elliot Anderson in your side is, even being underloaded, it's almost, when you have him in your midfield, it's almost like having two players because of how much ground he covers. Also, what he provides in possession is extremely underlooked. He obviously is a bull and he wins the ball a lot, which is important, which is something that Manchester United need. But like I said, when we were talking about his ability to play those balls over the top, how many times have we seen Manchester United from build-up go Lamens to Euro or whoever's playing the right-sided center half? Dalot tucks into here. We get it into Dalot. Dalot swings his left foot, gets it into the midfielder. This is typically Casemiro. And then United go and play this ball into the channel because they've essentially sucked in the opposition. They've baited them. And there's a ball to be hit over the top, where either it's Ahmad here running onto the ball and Mbumo here running onto the ball. And we've seen time and time again, and if you've seen Elliot Anderson play this season, or if you've watched him in general, you know that he has the ability to wrap his foot around the ball here and play that. And with how young both of them are, the idea of having Elliot Anderson and Kobe Mainoo for the next 10 years as a Manchester United midfield partnership, I don't think you can help but get really excited at that idea. So yes, like I said, clearly it is the international break because we have dropped videos on Tonali, on Bruno Guimaraes, on Miles Lewis-Skelly, now on Elliot Anderson, and I am planning on making a video on another midfielder who I think would make a really good signing for Manchester United, so stay tuned for that one. But this is exciting. I think all the reports are very much pushing the narrative that Manchester United are going to go hard in the summer for a midfielder. And in my opinion, anyways, that is exactly what they need to do. They need to make sure that their midfield is strong, because midfield is where you win and lose games in football matches. And too many times over the recent years, Manchester United have lost the midfield battle. If they get this summer right, they have the ability to go into most games in the Premier League saying, I think we can win this one. But that is it for this one. Let me know what you think of the potential of Elliot Anderson signing for Manchester United. Let me know if you would prefer Tonali or Guimaraes. Let me know if there's another midfielder that Manchester United are either being linked to or not being linked to that you think would be the perfect fit for the side. That is it for this one. Remember to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you really liked it, hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload. I appreciate everybody for watching, and I'll chat to y'all again very soon. Until next time, peace.